Am I live? Yeah. Hello again. Um, why did I say that was so stupid? Yeah. This could be part two of the walkthrough. Last episode we did fuel engines, cram cannons, and AI. Now I might do AI again because I don't think I explained it well. And so yeah, today we will be doing electric engines. I'll do that. I just don't forget. We will be doing missiles. And we will also be doing maybe lasers. No, I think advanced cannons this one. So I'll try to make this under an hour and well explained. So yeah. Okay. To make an electric engine, first of all you will need RTGs. Now what this does is it takes. You can read the paragraph, but I'm just gonna read it to make sure I fully understand. Okay, so what this does is it takes. I can't remember what. I just read it, but it takes stuff. Basically, it generates power, but it causes heat, so missiles will probably target that. I think I haven't seen yet. So you take 4 or 2 meters, depending on how big your engine is. I'll take 4 for now. Click N and where you're facing to let you know. Never forget that. And you can also, if you click Shift, you just click through like you saw. Usually, if I don't click Shift, that happens. So remember, you can always click Shift if you don't want to delete something. Like for example, there's this over here. That's just an inventory I made. And like, oh no, I want to put the AI. I want to put the AI there, right? So you take your local weapon controller. You click Shift and you click on the block that you misplaced. But remember, if it's like this, like shown like this, it won't work. You're just going to ruin everything like that. So keep that in mind. Click Shift. Next thing is, so yeah, you're going to put your RTGs up, standing up, or however you want, like this. Yeah. Make sure to put a few, because if you don't put a lot, then your engine's just going to die out really fast, depending on what you're putting. Then obviously you're going to need batteries, because this goes directly to the batteries. So you do that. You can do it other ways, but I'm just doing it like this. And there you go, you're generating power. So now you're generating 1,600 power. Now it's doing that because I have a bunch of fortress engines under here. But normally it would just be long. And now it's spinning. So if you were to put more electric engines, nothing would happen. It's 0 power, so just don't spam these engines. Just put one and it's perfect. And that's basically how you make an electric engine. Can't remember why I said it's complicated, but yeah, I find it very, very practical because you don't have to pay for fuel. But the downside is these RTGs cost quite a lot. 375 material per RTG. That's only 2 meter. Then the 3 by 3 meter is 5,000 each. So in the end, you're kind of saving a lot more material. Because if you were to build this on your battleship, which probably burns fuel, then yeah. Okay, so that was fairly simple, hopefully. for you guys. So next, what we're going to do is the missiles. Yeah, missiles. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the missiles here on this bar. You take the controller, or else you're not even building a missile, and make sure that whatever you're building is facing this part of the flat part, not there, but the white part. And then would this work? Yeah, so you can connect it anywhere you want it, but not in the back or the front. So you can go on the sides. It's still connected. Yeah. Okay. Now there we go. Next, you take the launch pad, or you take connector. If you want to do a lot of missiles, you take connector. You put the launch pads. You do your thing the way you want to. And then what you do next is you put the launch pad here. You don't have to put connectors. But if you do that, then it will be connected. So I'm just going to do one missile. I'm going to do a few examples. So you can do. I'm going to do a few. Let me take out mirror mode just for now. And then next is I will. Oops, I forgot to say. Next you have to put gantry. And then what you do is you do that. You just place it on the launch pad, and you're gonna create a missile. Now these are pre-made missiles. Now I'll explain in a minute. No, in a few seconds what to do. So here you see this. These are the three you can say preset missiles that you will get, because you say, oh, can't you add more? Oh, yes, you can add more, obviously, but if you add more than 5, then you get this, and this is how you make good missiles. But look, 1, 2, okay, that 3, 4. There we go. So this has less fuel. Oh, okay. Yeah, I forgot about that. See, these fly. Obviously, the 5 block has more fuel or fighting mode, or maybe not. I don't remember. I don't remember because I usually do this. But this, as you see, doesn't do anything. It's just a hunk of crap. Well, what you do is you click Q on it. So if you see that hand, you click Q, and you're gonna see all this. Now don't get distracted by all these things. I'm gonna teach you how to do a basic missile. So first you will need a short range. But before I say that, you can build 3, 4, or 5 to have a preset missile, and so you don't need to worry about it. But I recommend doing like a 6 block missile, because then you control what you have. I mean, you can control what you have with the 5 block, but I mean, bigger sometimes is better, and it can do more damage. It can be a long range. It can be whatever you want. So what you do is you take short range, because you'll just for now do that. Then you add as many fuel tanks as you want. Just gonna add a bit there. Put a lot of fins. I might have spammed a bit too much. Take 2 fins there. Take out 2. Now I'm going to put the fragmentation, because on average it does a bit more damage depending on the ship you're fighting. There you go. So I've got that ammo to this rig. So Right, this won't take that long. Now, I don't recommend spamming ammo like I'm about to do. I'm just doing this as a test rig. Like this, we have ammo for everything I build. So please don't do this on one of your ships in campaign. Because if you do this, it's gonna explode and you know, you just ruined a lot of stuff for your campaign. I'm gonna extend it a bit more because I know. Oh, 67,000. Alright. Don't need to extend. Okay. So as you can see, it is much different from these. What is that? Target prediction guidance. I need to read that. I never noticed they had that. I don't. There. Oh. What's one turn? I never understood what one turn is. Sorry guys, I just want to read it. Oh, I need to add one turn. I need to add some stuff because right now it's not looking good. Knives. One turn. Now we need. There we go. Now I don't know if you need to add these or if they're important. They seem important, so you add one turn, not one turn, and target prediction guidance, and your missiles are probably gonna be effective. As you see, the big missile is going to go further than the rest. Just got to, yeah, there you go. You see, they ran out of fuel while we are still cruising. So I'm gonna do an example of a slow missile, but that goes very far. So it's gonna be I'm gonna build this one around 10 blocks long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll do 8 actually, the same size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Now I'm gonna do infrared seeker. This one seeks heat, and this one is a bit more complicated. I'll explain that in future videos. Now what you're going to do is you could add the Viable thruster if you want long range, and you decide what you want. I'm doing 1.5 thrust per second. I'm gonna do 500. I'm gonna do half of everything. 500. 3 or 10. All right. Now I'm gonna have a lot of fuel. Tiny. Now this is just a test. This is not practical at all. This is just for fun. This one. I want to see how far it goes. Oh wow, that's a lot of fuel. So hopefully this goes farther than the other ones. Oh, what if it reaches the island? Wouldn't that be weird? Like a bit crazy? Like a long range missile. Hmm. Oh wow, we are very far. Oh wow, it's actually close to the island. That's pretty cool. That's cool. So this is an example of a slow. Oh, never mind. It's just self-destruct. So as you saw, it went pretty far. So you decide short but deadly, or even you can even go really long with the missiles, like this long, like just depending on how much ammo you have. So I think that covers the missiles. Now, if you didn't understand, tell me if you didn't quite get it, and I'll try to explain it better. I'll just have to do another video on missiles separately. Now, advanced cannons. Okay, prepare yourselves because this one will not come out good for my mouth. So take one axis turret. I always take one axis turret, depending. So we're going to make a pretty big gun. What I mean by that is, never mind. So you take your the advanced firing piece, you place it. Make sure that you're going towards the front. As you see the indicator that's going through my piece. Next, you're gonna take the guarding. Go. I can never. I'm just write the gauge increase. Okay. I can never pronounce it. First, choose your map modes. I'm going to go with this. So you take this for like the desired millimeter that you want. I'll just put 3. And I'm not the best at these guns, but I know how to make them pretty well. So now you put cooling. You put the cooling units. Now put gauge increase left right splitter. Put some of these because you'll need it. Trust me. And so you build. You do your thing. You build the way you want to because I don't know the best tricks on building with these types of coolings. So you do your stuff, zigzags. I don't know how. I don't know the correct way, honestly. So build. Now when you're done building, I mean usually people build it inside the ships, but obviously I can't do that right now. I can, but I don't feel like digging a hole doing all that. Okay, now you're gonna add a barrel and you're just like, oh, that's it. But no. You're gonna put a board evacuator all the time. You always put it to decrease the reload time. Read it here. The board evacuator prevents gases from leaking back into the firing piece. It provides a modest reduction in cooldown time, but represents a weak point on the barrel. The effect does not stack. So at the end it says, so if I were just to do this, it will not change anything. So just putting 1 is the same, is equivalent than putting 5. Hopefully I explained that well. Right now we have a 236 millimeter, which I think is big. I can't remember. So now you're not done. Now you put auto loaders. I think I'll need 2. I'll put 3 millimeters. 3 meters. I mean. And you're going to put them on the guard increase or the cooling units. Basically anything that's like that. But not on these. Because as you see it's not connected. So you have to make sure you put it on this or this. Make sure that you put on these 2. This one and this one. So you put quite a few, but not too much. Make sure not to spam. Yeah, just please don't spam them because if you spam them, then something like this. It should look something like this. I'm not making the best one. You put solid ammo clips connected. I don't know how to explain these two. Just depending on the ship, I put open, but I recommend putting closed like this. The explosion is decreased. And what I mean by that is if someone shoots one of these clips, it's going to explode. Seriously. And if it explodes, it's probably going to destroy that one part of your ship. So don't put these near ammo. If you put this near ammunition, you're going to destroy your ship. Then you add some armor around it. Obviously, I'm not going to do a good looking turret right now. Just going to do the minimum requirement. Put a wedge in there. Just armor it. You can armor the front or all around it. You decide what you want to do. Also go on top because you're probably going to be fighting planes and you don't want them to drop bombs or anything like just bombs or missiles on top of your turret and it explodes. So tip, put some on top. You never know when it'll save you. Jeez, I'm talking today too. So now I'm going to go like this. Go around it. I'm going to go around it because I want full protection on my turret. Because obviously that's what you're going to need. I know it's not looking pretty right now. Because I just want to make this fast. Also, putting heavy armor does not mean that you're a god. Yeah, I mean, it costs a lot. The name is accurate. It is really heavily armored, but don't depend on it because your turret will probably turn slower, which means that you'll have less time to react to someone. And what I mean by that is your AI is focusing on him, but your turret needs to be turned, and it's going to be slower, so the enemy is probably going to get a couple of shots on you before anything happens. So this is my turret. It's a fat chunk of this. Now, you get out of your turret, and you go back to advanced cannons, and now you're done with all this. Oh, I forgot to mention something. Okay, this is the recoil absorber. So if you don't know what recoil is, it's, for example, you're on your ship, right? And you shoot, and your gun tips your boat. Well, if you put a few of those, it won't tip your boat. Basically, it absorbs all that recoil. Hopefully, I explained that well. If not, well then, just add a little bit. Well, you don't need to on your fortress like this, but on a ship, I recommend it. So now that you're outside your turret and you finish all the armoring, you take your advanced. You go back to the tab here. You go to ammo controller, and you're gonna place it a bit far. Now, if you don't know what the good length is, you put 3. Just put 3, and that's what you need to do. So 1, 2, 3. Now you're gonna see these gold casings. You're gonna click Q, like the missile. You're gonna go to the front. Click E like this. You don't deal with this. You go to shell nodes only. Then you have all this. I'm not gonna list all of these because I don't want to. It's a waste of time. I usually put AP like this. I penetrate through, or you can use composite. Is it? No. God damn it! I can't find it. There it is. Oh my god, I'm so blind. So you can put this with some high explosive, and it's very effective. So yeah, you do that. Composite head with HE warhead body, and that's basically a high explosive shell. There's so many combinations that you can do, but that's just a very simple one. And what you're going to do is you're going to go to these bad boys, which I forgot to mention too. Okay, so after you place your clips and your autoloaders, you go back, you get out of this, you go to ammo input feeder. and you place it on the connection points, these cylinders, as marked there at the edge. You place it on those cylinders, and that's the only place that you can connect them. And you can also place them on the autoloaders, but only where the cylinders are, the connection points. And this too reduces the recoil, so put that too if you want. Then you go to your ammo intake, and then you click on this, then you click assign to all intakes to this ammo source if you want the gun to shoot one shell. So loaded, no shell loaded. Is my gun too thick for this? Oh, okay. Yeah, you gotta click for all your clips. Hopefully it shoots fast. I mean, I don't know if it will. Put it aside. You see, sometimes I take the open ones, like this, to see how big the shell is. So if I can modify it, and then I put the closed. Or if I forget, I don't put the closed shells. There we go. I'm pretty sure it's ready to go now. So obviously it's not fast at shooting, but no, it's not reloading that fast. It's okay. It's an okay fire rate. Not the best. Probably good for a secondary gun. Okay. Now, if you want to do more than one barrel, you click Q on the barrel. You're gonna see all this sketches. Now you see a number of barrels, and you put like this. But be warned, if you do that, then your whole clip system will change. Then you see this bad boy here, max fire rate. If you want your gun to let it rip, like Beyblade, you click this, allow gun barrels to spin. You go like that, but you need 2 or more barrels. So I recommend putting 6. And then this is how thick you want your gun to be. I usually leave it at no limits, but it's your decision. So you saw before that it was like a medium shooting, and now when I do this, it's that, and that's pretty fast. There you go. You learned an advanced guide on advanced guns. Now I am not too good at doing those advanced guns who go inside the ship. So yeah. This has been basically what I wanted to cover on this episode. I think I did okay this time. If you didn't understand, comment down. I will always respond. Okay, so yeah. I might do something extra. Next episode will be energy weapons. Not this though. I still learning how to do this. But I will do lasers. And then I will do anti-air guns. And yeah, so stay tuned. Thank you for watching and have a splendid time. Good.